You know, I hope this weekend. Oh yeah, I might as well bring that up. And now, this weekend we will be down. Not the big modcast, but they're having a big celebration of life for Lisa G down at the Eagle's Nest this weekend. Yeah, and Stranded in the City will be playing, and they are the last act. And I was hoping to hit the cowbell with them while they perform Riding Around. That's our song of our show. Wait, what was that? Why can't I do that?
That's like
AJ.
It can be the name of the show. That doesn't mean you have to be a part of it. That's like if you had like your lead song was something from like Led Zeppelin. Are you gonna join Led Zeppelin just because you use their song? No, I mean let them do their thing. There's no reason to ruin their craft by you
I'm not
joining
gonna ruin
in.
their craft because it's gonna sound a little better if you throw a little bit of cowbell in there.
I think you wait until they invite you.
They did. Okay.
No.
You know what?
They told you it would be fun.
Like
it's
an idea.
Invited you.
A formal invitation versus a thoughtful idea are not the same thing.
Okay, so apparently, Jose, you were here that day that they performed in our studio, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That day they said, "Yeah, why not? That'd be cool."
They said you should do it sometime. That's
maybe
not a hard commitment. That's a soft.
That's a not
okay,
being rude.
yeah, sure. No, we'll think about that. That's not a hard commitment at all.
Yes, it's gonna. Well, we'll make it happen. But I might be working that day since I am part of the Nest now. So I might be working. I'm part of the Sons group of the American Legion Post 213.
Whatever.
Anyway, yeah, it's kind of like a Jedi.
No, it's not.
Yeah, let's start with this freaking. How was what'd you guys do Father's Day?
Oh.
What'd you do Father's Day, son?
The whole family came over. We were over here swimming, so that was great.
Yeah, that was my Father's Day where I had to grill my ass off for everybody.
You do that every time, though, so it's not like
I thought that was going to be my day to relax.
Here's the argument, though. He's making a bigger deal of it because one of his presents for Christmas was a flat iron grill, like one of those ones.
Wait a minute, for who? What?
Wasn't it? It was for Christmas or whatever. Or you just buy it for yourself.
No, Mom bought it for me.
Well, there you go. So the whole point is it's his. That's his. So he doesn't want anybody else touching his grill. So why would he not be cooking on his grill?
That was the second time that it was used. I had to prep it. It took me like an hour and a half to prep it, and then now it's good.
So what you're saying is you got enjoyment out of using it.
Yes, I did.
He does.
But it was fucking hot that day.
Yeah, it was all right.
No, right where I was standing was about like 175 degrees.
Would you have trusted Chris to prep that for you?
To prep it? No. No,
Okay,
it was already prepped. It was already prepped.
You just said you took an hour and a half to prep it.
Before we used it.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Is
The
part that you're saying.
The first time I used it, I had to prep it. That Father's Day was the second day that I got to use it.
So then why are you trying to guilt an hour and a half of prep if that happened the first time you used it? That was a long time ago.
I had to prep it. Prep is just a word. Anyway, so these guys could have come up and said, "Dad, you know what? Here's a beer. Here's your sombrero. Go chill down there by the pool."
And then he would have scratched it.
Scratching that damn thing wouldn't have bothered me.
Yeah, it
would have been fine.
It would have bothered them.
Your ass.
So you wanted them to read your mind, is what you're saying?
What are you, a woman?
Yes. No, it's just You know what? We do have Jedi mind. We can do some Jedi mind tricks down here. We can.
So you wanted them to read your mind?
Yes, they saw me suffering up there.
So you had no beer in hand at all?
I didn't. I was just working. Anyway, enough about my girl. But I did get a Craig? What's it called?
Keurig.
A Keurig. I got one of those for Father's Day. It's dope, and I still haven't used it. I've been waking up too late these last 3 days.
What do you mean too late?
I wake up because I got to get to work early.
No time to put it in the capsule and do it.
It's still in the freaking.
It makes it in like 90 seconds.
It's still in the freaking box.
You used to brew coffee the old way. It makes it in 90 seconds. What do you mean you don't have time?
Because I don't know how to use it. I still got to take it out of the box.
I'm telling you, it takes 90 seconds and you have a
so
hot
after the
cup
show.
of coffee.
After the show, you think you can show me how to hook it up and make a cup?
I can show you it 15 times in 20 minutes. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Is it's that easy.
Okay, but anyway, I got one of those. And you know else what I did Monday? I was a guest on KKFI's 90.1 with Bob Rodriguez.
Yep.
He does a Fiesta was it Fiesta? I'm fucking that up. Oh, Festival Musical. Yeah. And yeah, it was cool. Did you guys get to listen? Did you guys tune in?
Did not. I saw your post about it though. I reposted it.
I knew you were doing it, but I don't really know how to work radios like that.
Do you still have a radio? A tune in? Like a.
I have a car that has a radio.
Does it have the button on there?
Yeah. Yeah. I use the radio. I listen to stations.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, see, we're stuck with podcasts and shit like that we listen to, especially this podcast.
Did Bob have better headphones over there?
You know what? Bob did wear his headphones like this, but his stayed on. His stayed on the whole time. Yeah. I know. Bob, when you were here, you messed your headphones like 60 times and drove Jose nuts back there.
I didn't even notice.
But you didn't notice?
I wasn't
Every time the camera went to him, he was adjusting his headphones.
Bob has got some cool hair. That cool silver hair. He didn't want to mess it up. He didn't want to put that indention in the top of his head. But anyway. But yeah. So and the other thing, we will talk about this later on in the episode. But Big Daddy Fireworks. They are sponsoring this little open what would you say, cold open right here. This is their sponsorship. So you can show them your T-shirt. That's from Strawberry Hill. Big Daddy's Fireworks. They will be down at the bottom of Strawberry Hill with the tent and selling their fireworks. And yeah, I think it's going to be fun. We will be talking about it from here until after the 4th of July.
I think the bigger thing is they're going to be at that third Fridays. Friday of this week, June 21st.
So this Friday?
Handing out coupons, T-shirts, deals, things like that for the upcoming 4th of July. So go out and check them out there. We tagged the third Fridays on Strawberry Hill, and a lot of people are checking it out. Almost 2,000 people on Facebook are watching that. So
hell yeah.
Damn.
Small business and a fun art walk.
Yeah. And shout out to your brother Rick, right? Because he's got. Does he have like a little?
They'll have a booth down there.
A booth down there.
Yeah.
And they do
3D printing.
3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's an example of something that he did that you've seen? I don't think I've seen anything that he's done.
He's got a couple different coaster sets. He's got some like small shelves, some bookshelves, things like that. He had some more fun stuff. Fuck, I don't remember. He's got a lot of stuff up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I need to make some now. So, Brock, if you're not doing anything that day, what day? This Friday, down there at Strawberry Hill.
This Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a blast.
Sounds like fun.
But, yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's go. So, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. This is episode 101, and thank you for being here, everyone. And let's get to our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show Mr. Brock Bristow.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you're here, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like I said, I think we just met. I've known you through my phone. It's the first time I've seen you live. No.
Yeah.
Actually, I did see you at the comedy show that Jake put on.
Yeah, that was a fun show.
That was a great show. Yeah. You kicked butts. Everybody was pretty funny.
It was a good lineup. A lot of funny people on that show.
That was last summer, right?
Yeah, that was over a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's come to think about it, man. Yeah, that was last summer.
That was a mainly Hispanic crowd. You usually do Hispanic crowds?
Yeah.
I've done all sorts of crowds.
Yeah.
That was probably the most Hispanic crowd I've done.
I was about to say, it felt like it was probably the most Hispanic.
Like if I had to sit and think about it, that's the most Hispanic show I can remember.
Yeah.
But my mom teaches in a mainly Hispanic school, so I've been around Hispanic people a lot. So.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know your mom did that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She teaches at James Elementary School, which is I think 80 or 90% Hispanic or something.
But I guess we should get to the point where people are probably sitting there going, so what does he do?
Yeah,
so I did start off with a comedy show.
Well,
yep.
Go ahead, nephew.
Can I pause you real quick?
Yes,
You
please.
didn't even introduce yourself.
Oh, I didn't, did I? I was just so
Not
excited.
At all. You jumped right
I was just so excited to get the Brock. I am Big Mod, your host of the Big Mod podcast. Oh, God.
Can you just say hello, everybody?
Yeah, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. I am your host, Big Mod. This is Mark, my son, running the board today. Jose, the EP. Chris was ill.
Working.
No, he's not ill. He's actually working. He was scheduled to work today. So, and I don't know if maybe he scheduled it because he didn't want to be here with Brock. I don't know.
But before we begin, if you could, all of the listeners, please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe on all our social media platforms at The Big Modcast. Go ahead and hit that notification bell and look out for future episodes.
The subscribers are going to have a little bit of an advantage in the upcoming trivia contest as well.
That's true. Yep.
Very true.
Some early eyes on a lot of the questions that we ask. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and check out for more information so you can win that Godfather fireworks package.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, the Godfather. I've always wanted one of those.
They're huge.
If I ever won the lottery, that'd be what I bought first thing every year.
Well, you know what, Brock? You don't even have to win the lottery, but you can win it through our show.
Oh, I'm gonna be watching out. Baby.
We're planning to give one
I'm gonna
away.
hit that subscribe button as soon as we're done here.
Definitely, yeah.
Did he say it was what, like $1,000?
It's $1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up
crazy.
there. It's about $1,000. Yeah, it's what is? I think I read it was like 6 foot by 4 foot, and then about 9 to 10 inches deep. So, and it's a little over 100 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah.
So.
If you won the
You need to stretch just to take it home.
Yeah, you have to.
I know,
you say
right?
if you won the lottery, that'd be the first thing you buy. Why don't you buy like a rocket launcher?
Yeah, what if it's like?
That'd be the first thing I buy in July.
Okay. Like, there's a lot of things you should buy first before you buy fireworks.
You could actually buy it. What is it? June 29th?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's when
June
he starts
29th. They'll start their
his booth up.
Big Daddies will start selling fireworks down there. But yeah, that's cool. So we know. Well, we know that you're a comedian, right? You do comedy here in the area. But before we get to that, so from what I know, you are a DT. Are you still doing that?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
No. I was.
A DT?
Yeah.
A defensive tackle?
Yeah, for the Chiefs at one time, I believe. Right?
A dental technician.
A dental technician.
Yeah, I was a dental technician for 3 years.
For 30 years. Look, good job.
Yeah.
30 years. Or did you say
3?
Oh,
3
3 years.
3 years.
You look good for 80 or however you. But
no, I was a dental technician for 3 years. It was a lot of fun. It was cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Then I got fired at the beginning of the year.
What? You want to talk about it, or is it
Dramatic?
I mean, it's not. I
don't want you to tear
Are you
up
ever
or-
going back into the dental field?
No.
Okay,
Well,
that-
I can't for 2 years because.
Damn, then
Well,
maybe you
you're
don't need to get into it.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got to hear why you were fired.
Well, I can't for 2 years. I was fired because, in the text, they didn't specify why I was fired. They just said management says we don't need you. But it happened after I called in sick quite a bit. So I'm pretty sure it's because I was calling in sick. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, you had an illness. They didn't understand that?
Yeah. Right? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But, I
You don't want to get sick in people's mouths.
I
Right.
know. I was like, there's a lot of good reason
Well,
to not
no,
show
but-
up if you're
no,
sick.
Okay.
the whole COVID thing, there's signs everywhere saying call in if you're sick. I was just
Yeah.
listening, guys. But no, they apparently it was too much. I was sick too much. So they fired me. But I can't work as a dental technician.
I hope you're taking care of
because-
yourself.
Oh, I was going to quit soon anyway,
Yeah,
so
right.
I didn't care.
Fair enough.
But the reason I can't work as a dental technician for at least 2 years is because I signed something when I started working basically saying, like, if you work here, we're going to, like, teach you stuff, and it's like proprietary knowledge, so... if you quit, you can't work for another company for 2 years because we don't want you to just train with us and then go somewhere else.
Yeah. For more money.
Yeah. So
who
some
wouldn't do
guy that I was working with, he quit while I was working there, and then he went somewhere else and like was posting that he was working with these other guys, and he had signed up the same thing.
Yeah.
And I heard that he had got sued for
No.
like
Whoa,
a ton,
shit.
like more than college tuition's worth. Which is like, which is funny because like he didn't he started working there because he didn't go to college. He's like, I'd rather work instead of go to, and now he's like got college tuition debt because he got sued. Poor guy.
I was wondering about that because I didn't know if you needed to have any kind of training or school to do.
No, they hired me. the company likes to hire people like who don't have any training because they're like, we'll train them ourselves so they can like.
So they can sign this document that they can't leave us.
So we can lock them in a document and sue them.
Yeah.
Right. Damn it. And so, one of my next questions was, which have you been doing longer, the DT or the comedy? So apparently the comedy.
Yeah, I started doing comedy before my senior year of high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't start working as a dental technician until after I graduated high school.
Yeah, trying to make those millions. How long would you say you've been in the comedy world now?
I guess if you count my first open mic, it'll be 5 years in August.
Wow.
First open, where was that at? Your first open mic?
The Comedy Club of Kansas City.
The
Shout
one
out
off
to them. 103rd State Line.
So they've been there for a while now.
They've been there for about as long as I've been doing stand up. I mean, I think they opened. I think my first open mic was like the summer after they opened, or something.
So when you started working there, did you work the door, or were you a bouncer?
No, I never.
Or a bartender?
I just started going to do the open mics there, and then got like guest spots and stuff. I've never worked there outside of like doing stand up. I've just done like the open mics and like hung out there quite a bit. So. Okay,
yeah. I mean, I only ask that because I know I listen to a lot of comedy and listen to a lot of comedians, and a lot of their first starts is at the door or a waiter. Or
well, that's because they're also in primarily places where like comedy is like if you're listening to anybody like from like Austin, Texas, or like even like Los Angeles, you got to work these side jobs just to try and get into the main stage. I mean, here in Kansas City, there's probably a lot more just walking up and just doing it.
Yeah. So. Have you ever heard of Kill Tony?
Oh yeah,
podcast?
Yeah. I was watching last night.
Which episode was that? Was that like the latest one?
The one that came out last night, Sam Talent. Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up because I watched that one as well, and I was going to ask you about that. But before we get to, do you ever think about doing that?
Kill Tony, dude. I'd love to. That'd be great. That'd be a lot of fun.
I mean, because
it'd be a great exposure too if I did well, and it would be tragic if I ate shit and just choked.
Well, they do that though. I mean, they're choking some.
I mean, have you watched Kill Tony?
Yeah.
Have you?
If you watch it, like if you like choke and like your set is bad, as long as you're just like a cool person and like a lot of stand up is like you got to be a cool guy to hang around, right? So if you're just cool and yourself in the interview, he'll still like you and he won't like shit on you, Yeah. Like, he'll be nice to you as long as you're like yourself.
I've seen him be a dick to some people.
I've seen because you've seen people like.
That's comedy, though.
You've seen people.
Well, no,
like
I mean, actually, like you fucking suck. Like, get off my stage. That was terrible. Like, I've seen him
and some of those guys deserve that.
Yeah. So but it's the people that are like trying to come at him and like it's like, what the fuck you coming at him for? Like, he hasn't said anything yet. Yeah.
So nephew, I'll explain to you, and then for the people out there who've never watched Kill Tony. So it's Tony Hinchcliffe, he's a comedian. Did you watch the Tom Brady roast?
Roast of Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm. He probably was the best roaster that day, where he got off his table and walk through the crowd to the stage, and he did his thing and
did a whole set.
Fucking got everybody. He did well, and so that's his show. And what he does is like Mark and I were sitting here at a table. He'll pull a name out of a bucket, and everybody signs up to do some comedy for 1 minute. They get to do 1 minute straight. And if they're good, and he has a couple of famous comedians.
He has a panel of different comedians,
and they'll judge, or they'll talk about what you need to do to get better, or just things like that. So it's pretty funny. Some of them are good, some of them, like you said, are horrible, terrible, and some of them just stand up there. I mean, they choke, they just freak out.
Sure,
it's a cool show to watch. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, just watch a couple. So that's why I asked Brock if he would do it. I think he would be, I think he would be good to do it. You've done it in front of people, and so to do it there. The only thing is you have to hope you get your name pulled out of that bucket, right?
Yeah, it's like 200 people that sign up like every week, so it's really hard to like be the one because they don't draw, but like sometimes like
you
five,
you go for weeks
like
on
8.
end and maybe not get pulled.
Yeah. They don't draw that many people.
Well, good news, Brock. We signed you up.
There's the ticket. Yeah, there's the real.
And I guess Jose will be taking you.
That would have been fun.
If you fund the trip, I'll go.
That would have been a clip.
Yeah, right.
No, obviously,
cool.
Yeah, since those are like bigger ones, like the nerves were probably a lot different from like what you face now. Because now I feel like the nerves have to be gone, right? Are the nerves gone? I mean, for 5 years, good,
well, you get
good
like,
and bad.
You get nervous like right before you go up, like if you're like doing like a big show. But like once I start, like they go away immediately.
Yeah.
You know, like
Once
once
you
I
get going.
start, like once you get going, yeah, you get comfortable.
Yep.
and just
I think
get
once
to
you
it.
get like that first laugh in the crowd, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I think I got him.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Now I can just roll with it.
Because there's always like that one voice in the back of your head that's like, what if this is the crowd that hates me? And you're worried like the first thing you say, it's going to be dead silent. And then it's just going to be dead silent from then on out. So once you get that first laugh, then it's like, all right, I proved that wrong. I got one laugh. So
Do you have like
we can keep it going.
a favorite bit?
A favorite bit is not. I mean, my favorite bit changes constantly. It's usually like whatever's newest and freshest that's like working really well because it's like exciting to do and stuff. Because like the more times you do a joke, I mean, it can get boring after a while.
Sure. Yeah.
Like there are sometimes like I haven't used a joke in a while because like I've gotten bored of it. So I'm not delivering it as well. So I'm just not going to use it for like a couple months, and then I'll be able to throw it back in my set, and it'll feel fresher.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I'll be able to have more fun when I deliver it, and it will be better again.
I'll tell you what, if you have a joke and if you're not sure, send it to me. I'll work it out. I'll help you out.
I appreciate that. I'll keep that in mind.
I'll call. It's called remastering the joke.
Okay,
I'll help you out a little bit.
Do a little ghostwriting.
There you
for
go.
me.
So what kind of what form of comedy do you do? Is it like like dad jokes, or do you roast, or do you work the crowd? What would you or?
I'm not really good at like talking about like my style. I'm not that great at roasting. I guess I have a little bit of roasting, but not much, you know.
Yeah.
I tell some stories. I tell some shorter jokes. I tell like a variety of different kinds of jokes. I guess some get pretty dark.
Nice.
Some
we heard
clean.
some of the
yeah
we heard some of those pretty dark. They were funny.
Some are pretty clean. Some are pretty dark. Some are So it's like I got a variety of different kinds of jokes.
Yeah, I think like a lot of comedians, like myself,
self-proclaimed.
Hey, Brian, can you move the mic a little bit closer?
they like to like the life stories. Like a Tom Segura.
Yeah.
He loves talking about his two kids. And did you go watch him when he was here?
I didn't see him when he was in Kansas City. No.
We went and watched him at Starlight.
Oh, cool.
It was good. It was pretty good. It was really good. And I know that's the way he does, and he'll talk about the stories about with him and his wife. And, yeah. You ever watched Your Mom's House? It's Tom
I've
Segura.
seen clips from it. Yeah.
That's a pretty good show. And then their show is all about they pull out clips from Tic-Tock and stuff like that, and then they'll talk about it. And then they'll bring in a guest here and there. But yeah, are you still out in the Independence area?
Yeah. I'm living in my parents' basement now, so moving up in the world.
It's all right. That's all right. This guy's still here with us, and it's all good. Yeah.
I'm on here talking like I'm bragging about like getting fired and living in my parents' basement.
You're on a roll.
I'm sounding like such a loser right now.
The fucking dream. All this, it's all just great ammo to eventually use in a setup. That's all it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's gonna be some great
It's lore.
stuff.
Yeah.
The story behind
just
it.
an origin story.
It is. Yeah, it's funny you say that because you have the perfect name for a comedian, in my opinion. You got that double alliteration.
Thank you.
BB, Brock, Bristow.
You use my middle name. It's another B.
What is it?
Brian.
Brock,
Brian Bristow.
Triple B.
What a name,
that's
right?
What you should go. Yeah. Where did the name? Bristol. Where did the name?
You want me to break down my whole name? I can break down the origin of my whole name.
Let's do it.
So I'll start with the obvious one, right?
Yeah.
My dad's last name is Bristow.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where that one came from.
Is that what would that be? German? Not German. I'm trying to think.
English. Yeah.
Bristow?
Bristol. That's the name
There's
of like
an
the
L in
city
there?
No. That's the name of the city in like England where like it would come from.
Give
me the origin.
The origin story.
My name is
Follow
Bristow.
along.
So it's English.
Okay. I don't know.
My mom's side's Irish. I mean, do you want my whole
Well,
background here? What do we do?
I got to figure out where the redhead came from.
Yeah.
Irish makes sense.
Yeah. My mom's Irish and my dad had red hair, so
Oh.
that
Wow.
got me.
Inevitable. Yeah. There's some inevitability.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, so last name came from him, and then my middle name also came from my dad. My dad's middle name is also Brian, and his middle name is Brian because my grandma was a big fan of the sheriff from Rambo: First Blood Part 1, you know?
Yeah.
Brian Dennehy.
Okay.
She's a big fan of him, so because of the actor Brian Dennehy, that name was given to my dad, which was then given to me. And then my first name, Brock, my dad is a big fan of baseball. He loves baseball, so all three of my brothers were all named after baseball players. I was named after Lou Brock. He was a baseball player who played on the Cardinals. He had a stolen bases record at one point, too, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
What and your brothers' names are?
My older brother is Gehrig, after Lou Gehrig,
Gehrig,
from the Yankees, and then my younger brother is Maddox, after Greg Maddox, pitcher for the Cubs.
So we got a theme going here.
No Royals. No.
My well, the Royals weren't good enough to make the cut.
Frank, George,
my
UL.
They, I think a couple of Royals names were in the running for a little bit, but they didn't make the cut in the end, I guess.
Yeah, that's too bad. Bang.
Oh, well, sure, there you go.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. Yeah, that's cool stuff.
I didn't expect him to have a whole background story.
Yeah, well, that's a real thing. Yeah, origin story of my name.
I guess I think they just like that name. Nope, there's a whole thing.
There's reasons for all of them, and it just worked out that it was an alliteration, so that's cool.
B.
Yeah, triple B.
Yeah,
I like it.
Triple B. Yeah, that. Or Brock. If you were a porn star, that's a hell of a name right there. Brock the. Anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of jokes.
Let's go back. Let's go back to Independence. Independence Center. Did you ever go to that mall?
Oh yeah.
Was that your hangout?
I mean, I wouldn't call it a hangout.
You shouldn't hang out there for too long.
No. I went there when I was like needed to shop for something. I didn't.
That was about in and out.
I didn't hang there.
See, I only said that because we used to hang at a mall in Casey Caco in Indian Springs. That was the mall we just hung out in.
Yeah,
our parents would drop us off and just leave us there.
Well, at my age, I would have been a hoodlum if I was hanging out at the mall. And I was not a hoodlum in my youth.
What were you?
What was I? I was a quiet kid that played baseball.
And in the choir and stuff.
No, I wasn't in choir. No. Mm-hmm. I got into like theater like in high school. But like I played like baseball and basketball growing up.
That's cool.
I was a mediocre athlete my entire life.
Well,
like just good enough.
So we've talked about it on the show where I could have been a pro basketball player. Mark could have been a pro baseball player if we would have continued our careers. Jose, pro golfer, was it?
No, I'm the one that always says I hate when people say like, if he tells you I used to play basketball in high school, that was 30 years ago. That's no longer relevant. Even Mark here, like, oh yeah, I used to play football. 8 years ago, that was a long fucking time ago. It's no longer relevant.
I never tell anybody.
We're the Al Bundys of our time. Do you know who Al Bundy is? He was a hell of a football player. Was his storyline in high school?
That was as far as he football over those mountains.
I never tell anybody.
Throw a piece of steak.
Like
yeah.
I go around telling people all the time. I'm like, hey guys, I used to get A's in biology all the time. So if you got any questions, let me know.
Yeah. What was it that led you to comedy?
I don't know. I've always just liked making people laugh. I've always been like I said, I was like a quiet kid, but like when like in my friend group, like I wasn't like the clown or anything, but like I would throw in like jokes. Like I'd basically throw in taglines throughout the conversation.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What's up?
No, you go.
But yeah, so I just like in high school I watched a lot of stand-up comedy, and then I started doing like theater in high school too. So like I started performing, and then I just was like I want to try an open mic or something. So I looked into it and then did some writing, and then went to an open mic in August, right before my senior year started, in like 2019.
Like, did your friends or anybody ever say, "Dang, Brock, you should do some comedy," or stuff like that?
No, nobody ever really told me to. But like once I like expressed interest, they were all like, "Yeah, you definitely should." They were all supportive. So nobody was like, Nobody laughed at me for the wrong reason.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I think I should be a comedian.
I'm
Why?
like, you know, that was around the time, like, all my friends, like, anytime one of them would, like, any of my friends would roast another one, the other one would be like, oh, you think you're some kind of comedian? And then I started doing stand-up comedy, and then they looked at me like, oh, you some kind of, oh, wait, he does do stand-up now, I guess. It's like, we can't say that to him anymore.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, were you a class clown?
Not really. I was like kind of like same situation in class. Like I would like basically make jokes to like if I was sitting next to somebody who I was like willing to talk to or like
willing to talk to.
Yeah, well, because like some people I'm like I'm not talking to that freak, you know, like that kid. I'm gonna be cordial to that guy, but I'm not gonna talk to him any more than I need to.
Right.
You know, but like I would talk to most people. But I would just like throw jokes to that person, make them laugh. But I wouldn't like be doing stuff for the whole class, you know.
No, you didn't want that.
That's happened to me before, where I've like said a joke to someone next to me, and then they do find it funny, and then they repeat it. And
that's happened to me a lot because I wasn't the class clown. That happened to me all the time.
Like someone's,
yeah,
oh God, that happened to me a
lot.
Someone else got the big laugh. I'm like, fuck, dude, I literally just said that to you, and you're just gonna do that to me,
right? And it's
like,
because I only would tell the like people around me, so I never like stole the joke for myself.
Key and Peele did that joke, and it's so funny.
High on pot and news.
High on pot.
Gabriel Iglesias.
He showed up. He's like, "Oh my God, I want you to come perform for me.
You should come open up for me." It's like that was my joke. It's like, hey, nobody likes a joke to give kid.
Actually, he was here a couple years ago, and my dad and brother had gone. Studio? No, stupid. Here in Kansas City.
I saw him.
Oh yeah,
you were there.
Yeah,
you go that. It was there at
the Independence. Yeah,
I heard he was late, or it was a really late show.
Yeah, it was. A late show.
Yeah, he did 3 hours, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think he even said that night something like, what was it? He said some shit to let us know that
he did an hour and he had like the thing in front of him.
That's
and he was like
teleprompter.
He was like, I just want to let you all know. He did the same thing when he was preparing for his Dodger Stadium special.
Oh, okay.
And he did the same thing there, I think too.
Yeah, he did.
And he was like, I just want to let you all know, I've done an hour, which is my contractually obligated time. So this is now a fluffy hangout. So parents, if you got like smaller kids, now might be a good time to go.
Yeah.
And then he brought out a bottle of Patron and proceeded to drink the whole bottle.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and then in like the next 2 hours, and did 2 more hours after he like told everybody, my contractually obligated time is over.
What a good guy. Because some comedians can be kind of like dicks. Like about their times and like
if that's a bit though.
Well, yeah, I mean, looking at seeing the Dodger Stadium special, it was like clear at that point. It was like, oh, that was a bit for sure. Like he planned to do that way ahead of time, and he planned to do that at every stadium, I bet. But still, even if it is a bit, like it still creates it's a very long time, but it also creates like the illusion like you are doing it just because you're having fun with the audience, which is a great way to do it.
If you're having a great time the entire time and you're laughing, I mean, then it's totally worth it. I mean, why would you not want to stay for 3 hours? It's kind of like a movie. I'd rather be at a 3-hour movie than a 1-hour movie.
I mean, I think what he's saying though is he's still putting on a performance, so he still made you feel like he was doing something special. For that crowd on that day,
even if it was planned,
it
did make you. It's designed to make you feel special, which is I think a great way to like go about it, especially if you're doing 3 hours.
Right. Now, me and my cousin had seen Marlon Wayans. I believe it was Marlon Wayans up in Zona Rosa. Mm-hmm. And he did a great set. He was still funny and everything, but his presence was kind of off because he's like, oh, I hurt my back. So he's kind of sitting the whole time just telling jokes and not necessarily like up and around. So it was kind of real stagnant, him just sitting there telling jokes, and he was just kind of like looking down, kind of telling jokes. It's like, okay, these are still funny, but I kind of like a little bit more presence in my comedians.
I saw him at the Comedy Club in Kansas City, and he was not hurt, so he had way more presence. And
did he?
It was a fun show. So yeah,
Mark likes to criticize his comedians. Okay.
Well, the other issue was
now we got more things.
I really well,
I'm glad you brought it up.
This time it was nothing on the comedian. I hate the crowd sometimes, man. Depending on the crowds, I hate the crowds. Depending, no offense, but like some of the worst in my opinion are like older, heavier set black women. because, and I say that very specifically because they're usually the ones that are usually the one that making the most noise, like saying something back to the comedian.
As the comedian, I want to say those are usually my favorite people.
Really?
Yeah. Because I normally, when I say something that makes them laugh, they normally laugh really loud and then yell something that lets me know, oh, they're fucking loving me. And I feel amazing. It can be
contagious, you know?
Yeah.
In this instance, not, because if they're too drunk, okay, maybe it's really to the comedian, it can be, you know, great, some fuel to the fire. But to like the rest of the crowd,
it can be annoying. But like every once in a while, and it like an encouraging like voice that's like just thrown at you, even if it's just like a black woman yelling, "Oh, you stupid!" It's like, "Oh, thank you so much. I love that."
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Do you have any merch? Have you gotten to that?
Not really. I don't have much merch just because like I feel like I don't want to like. There's a lot of overhead on like T-shirts and a lot of like work haul on it to each show, and then I have some stickers, but it's just like a logo I made. So I mean, I haven't tried to sell it yet, but cool. I should take it to some shows and try to like sell it after a show because I'm sure some people would pay a couple bucks for it, you know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah, I need to get some merchandise, try to make some money now that I don't have a day job. Now that I'm living in my parents' basement, I probably need some more income. You probably own something there.
The mall's still open. You can.
Yeah, let's run and grab some merch.
There's a lot of empty kiosks at the Independence Mall. You could just go set up there for sure.
Just pull up a table and have some It just sells stickers.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite? I would say new age comedy type stuff, like anything you're seeing on TikTok or Instagram with somebody like, damn, I never would have thought to try that?
I think with like TikTok and Instagram, the way like the social media like reels work and all that kind of stuff, I think some of the way that people make these sketches that like play with like the setup of the app, I don't know, it's hard to articulate. I would have to like show you an example, but like some people get very creative with like the constraints of social media and like they turning them into a strength when they're like writing a sketch or something in a way that's like, oh, that's pretty creative. That's like, I wouldn't have thought to like do it that way, you know? Because like you do have to work with like in a smaller frame. It's because you have to like shoot like up and down because that's how people look at the phone. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't have as much room side to side to like record stuff, so that's a constraint you got to think about. Some people get creative with stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's really the only thing I can think of, and it would work better, like I said, with an example. It's hard to articulate what exactly I'm trying to say.
But just like using the new technology to adapt. I get you.
Yeah, like writing specifically for like social media apps
for that frame, for that.
Yeah, instead of just like here's an idea for like a scene. Yeah. You know
how to make a joke in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
I miss prop comedy. I like prop comedy.
I
love prop comedy. Howie Mandel. Oh my God, he was so funny.
Howie Mandel and you know who? Carrot Top.
Carrot Top.
Why would you not go Carrot Top first?
I don't like the way Carrot Top looks. I can't really look at him for too long.
Fuck you.
I'm not saying because the red hair. He's just got one of those faces that's kind of like
he got like super buff.
Yeah,
he is. He's fit, but he's kind of creepy, man. In my opinion, he's kind of like, what's that movie?
Chucky?
No, not Chucky. He's like it's the blind chick and the guy with like the messed up face.
I don't know, man. You're
The Mask. Us. The Mask.
Wait, where was the blind chick at?
I thought was she not blind in that movie? The Mask. Not Jim Carrey. Mask. Eric Stoltz. Eric Stoltz.
Okay, I see. Where we're going here. Everybody has ginger. Everybody's a ginger. Everybody's a ginger that we've been bringing up so far. So I like where we're going with this one.
Yeah, gingers are creepy. You're right. I think that was the moral lesson.
Motherfucker.
That's the moral lesson of the story.
Yeah, no, that was something that I had found or I was watching. Do you ever watch Adam Ray?
Oh, I love Adam Ray.
Have you seen this? Funny. Have you seen this skit when he does Dr. Phil?
Oh yeah, he's very good, Dr. Phil.
Yeah. Do you know who Adam Ray is?
Yeah, when he's on.
We'll be right back.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's yeah. Well, with that attitude, he always and it's so he did this. So he had, like Mark was saying, if you saw the recent one, he had a magician come up, like with the props.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So and this guy came up and he was working with the crowd and he pulled out these like a sleeve and it had these numbers on them, 1 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling the people out there to pick a number. It was pick a number or pick a number, and whatever you pick, I will do this with Dr. Phil. And that, and Dr. Phil's sitting here and he's got this and he's doing this. And so it's just some random person. They got into a bit and he says, I'll pick number 2. And he goes, and he looks at the sleeve. He can see everything behind. He says, you sure you want number 2? Yeah. So he grabs the number 2 and he flips it and it says hug. Right? So he gives Dr. Phil a hug and then he turns the sleeve and then all the other numbers said anal.
Yeah.
So it was clever. It was cool how it was clever how they did that. And then another one he did, he had this box and he talked to this person up in front and he says, I bet I could guess your name. And the bit was he didn't guess the name, but he pulled out a sheet of paper with that person's name on the sheet. Right? And then he says, anybody out here, can you guys tell me how I did this trick? And somebody yelled, some guy named Tony, he says, yeah, he says, you got a printer in there. And he goes, you really think I have a printer in this? And so, yeah, he takes it out and they move the box and he puts the printer down. He says, I guess that was just too fucking obvious, right, Tony? I had the printer. You had to fuck my joke up? And Tony's like, everybody's giving him shit. He goes, well, guess what, Tony? He grabs the printer and squeezes it because it was paper. If I could just squeezed it and said, yeah, fuck you, Tony. And then everybody said, fuck you. It was the coolest thing. And, yeah,
that's awesome.
So that's the kind of jokes. Did you say
props? Yeah, I mean prop, but I mean shit. That's a whole nother level. Is magic infused with comedy? That's pretty fucking intense.
Yeah,
I couldn't even imagine. That's like two. You have to master 2 attempts right there.
Yeah.
You got to master magic and comedy.
Yeah.
2 things that.
So you ever get a chance to watch that, Adam Ray's Dr. Phil? Oh my God!
How did you get there from prop comedy?
Well, he's using these props. Like he's just
using
saying it's
props,
magically using props.
Yeah.
I get that, but he started with Howie and Carrot Top,
and they do props too.
Yeah, but they're not doing necessarily magic.
I know, but I got into the magic.
That's what I'm saying. How the fuck did we get to magic?
Magical props. I mean, it's still using this and that.
Yeah, Jose, stay with it. How do you deal with hecklers?
How do I deal with hecklers?
Yeah, I mean, has there ever been a time where you had to have security grab one and say, "Can you escort?"
One time,
my mom, please.
One time, somebody escorted, security escorted somebody out, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't even think they needed to yet." Jesus.
No,
really? Yeah, because I said something to them, and then they stopped talking, so I was like, "Oh, they're good." And then they got thrown out shortly after that. I was like, "Oh,
well, they're not good."
Yeah, but I mean, it was some drunk lady that I said something about independence, and she all of a sudden wanted to talk about independence. And so I was trying to go on with the next joke, and she's talking about independence, and I just
kept bringing it up.
Yeah, I was just like, that's all right, I'll take it from here.
Yeah.
And then I just kept going, and me saying that got her to just stop. And then I saw the security guy come over and say something to her.
Yeah.
And then shortly after was taking her out, and I was like, damn.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Do you feel kind of bad in that moment? Like, did I do that?
Nah, that lady was drunk as fuck. She was gonna be a problem at some point, so. It's probably good they got her out of the way now.
You ever got close though to being like, man, fuck, going off like, hey, can you shut the fuck up, please? Can I finish my set?
I never had too much of a problem.
You've been thrown off.
Yeah, most of the time, if I have a problem with people talking, it's just I'm in a bar where people are talking to each other. They're just not listening to me. I have never really had much of a problem of somebody coming at me and saying stuff.
Oh, even that'd be a weird mental fuck up for me. If I'm doing, that'd make me feel like shit. To be honest, if I'm doing a set, and everybody's talking amongst themselves, I'm like, well, fuck.
Oh, it does make you feel like shit.
Yeah,
it's terrible. And trying to get people to listen is so hard.
Yeah,
it's it's different than dealing with a heckler, but it's similar. They're not talking at you and interrupting you, but they are interrupting because they're talking and stuff.
Right.
And just not paying attention. Sometimes you get bars and stuff where it's these are regulars that come in every Friday. They don't want to fuck you. They don't want you to fuck up their normal routine. They're gonna talk regardless.
Is it a safe word type thing? if I say Peacock, security needs to come get somebody out of here, or is it just like
no,
point him out?
I thought it was
just
just
point him
pretty
out.
obvious, like point him out. Yeah.
There's I mean, most places like at bars and stuff, like they don't really have like security. Like comedy clubs will.
Yeah.
And with that, it would. I mean, there's usually I haven't at least come across any like safe word or anything. It's usually just like if they're coming up on stage, like then I'm sure security should know to do something.
Yeah.
You know, but and then if they're just talking, if it gets too much, then I guess the comic could say something like, "Can we get somebody to fucking shut this guy up or something?" Like they could say something, but I mean, it's not really like a code word. It would be weird if it was like if you were just talking like, "Hey, so fucking Peacock."
I know, just
Peacock. And you just everyone would be like, that was clearly code word for get this guy out of here.
Yeah. Or just throw the word in the middle of your joke somehow.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about peacocks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Anybody? No?
So the other day I was walking down the Peacock and then
Yeah, the peacock in the blue shirt.
yeah. Well, who are your favorite comics of today? I mean, do you have any favorites that?
Well, my favorite is Brock Bristow. Obviously.
Yeah.
No. My favorite. I always have a hard time answering this question because like I don't really know. You know, like I watch a lot of comedy, but also like I don't sit and watch like every special that comes out, so I don't know some people.
You have time now, Brock.
I do have time now.
Yeah.
Don't remind me. I don't know. My favorites are probably like I love Mitch Hedberg just because like he's one of the greatest. You know, just his delivery on everything was so funny and amazing. I've always been a fan of like Seinfeld just because of like I like how like he's like a meticulous writer kind of guy.
What's up with that?
And yeah, I'm more of a writer than like an improver comic. When I was first getting into like watching stand up, Gabriel Iglesias, his specials on Netflix were like some of the first ones like I was like watching like more than just like a couple jokes from like one comedian, you know.
Yeah.
So was a big fan of him. Adam Ray, I'm a huge fan of him. Super funny guy, very good at improvising, good at doing characters, very funny. So yeah, this is probably some of my favorites, you know.
Like
I could go on. With
are you familiar with
Jeremiah?
Jeremiah Watkins?
Yeah. He works with Adam Ray quite a bit too. He's from like Overland Park.
I think it was Lee Summit.
Was it Lee Summit?
Lee Summit.
Okay, I knew he was from. I knew he was from around the area. I just couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's very funny too.
Yeah. I had just started watching him on the when he had that podcast with Stevie Weeby, with Stevie Lee, Bobby Lee's brother.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They had a podcast called Scissor Brothers.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a spin-off of Bad Friends, and their first episode was called Good Friends. And then have to bring in another redhead, but Andrew Santino fucking ripped into them. And I don't know if it was a joke or not, but he ripped into them because they used the name Good Friends. And, you know, and then you have Andrew and Bobby Lee doing Bad Friends.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So if you ever watched their first episode, it gets a little crazy because they're like, geez, he's really mad at us because it was just a joke or something like that.
That's funny.
That was pretty good.
Speaking of redheads, ironically, again, one of my favorite, I wouldn't say he's a like comedian, but I love Conan O'Brien.
Oh,
yeah. I love
Conan.
Conan. His bits on like him going out in public, he's like one of the best, like working with like public people. Oh my God, those are the funniest things. I've been watching him since like high school. Like just his clips have made me. He is one of my favorite. Like was late night show host for sure.
Did you guys get to see him on Hot Ones?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was really.
Then he like blows nose and his nose is
he
ready.
committed to the bit on that one and just wrote it all the way through to the hottest one. But man, he was funny.
He gets all angry.
Yeah. Oh, he was fucking funny.
Redheads do they get angry? Is it a thing? Do you get?
I think redheads all have different personalities. We're just like you and Mark and everybody else. We're normal people. Yeah, we're normal people.
Hey, this is comedy. This is comedy gold.
I'm pretty mild tempered. I don't really get
good.
mad very much.
Redheads are their own
chill.
minority.
Yeah,
because you ever watch Children of the Corn?
I've avoided watching it just because I've heard it my whole life. I'm like, I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna give it the time of day. These motherfuckers.
You mean people will call you Malachi?
People just will. They'll just say like, they'll just look at me and be like, "Oh, Children of the Corn."
Really?
Yeah. They'll just like say the title to me.
Assholes.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody else. Nobody's ever walked up to like a black guy and been like, "Boys in the Hood."
I know, right?
Nobody's ever done that. But I get people just walk up to me and just say the title of Children of the Corn. Like, oh, you like Children of the Corn? I mean, or like, every other redhead you might bump into, the Wendy's logo, maybe.
Yeah.
That one's a good. That's a better representation of a.
Was Dennis the Menace a redhead?
It was a black and white show. No, I think he was blonde.
In the live action movie, he was blonde.
Yeah, because he was the actual the logo or cartoon of Dairy Queen at one time.
Dennis the Menace.
Dennis the Menace, yeah, back in the '60s and '70s. Yeah, they used Dennis the Menace back then. Yeah,
I don't know. I was in a Dairy Queen commercial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey, what?
This might be a good time to do a couple ad reads that we also did not do at the beginning of the show.
Well, no, because they were going to go right after we were done with Brock. But go ahead, put them on. This podcast is sponsored by Quinn Concrete Construction. The company motto: no job too big or too small. Whatever your concrete need is, they have the experience and the professionalism to ensure a quality job every time. For a free estimate, call 913-279-1448. That's 913-279-1448 and ask for Joe Quinn.
This episode is sponsored by Goal Fire Protection. With over 26 years of fire sprinkler experience, Goal Fire Protection has built our livelihoods on established relationships and providing quality fire sprinkler systems. From retrofits, remodels, service, repairs, new installation, and inspections, simple to the extreme, we can help you every step of the way. No job is too small or too big for our knowledgeable crews. For your free estimate, call 913-441-3390 or email us at gochoa@goalfireprotection.com.
Yeah, cool. And we are back. Let's get into the podcasting. Are you still podcasting at this day and age?
Not at this moment. Not doing no podcasts anymore.
Okay. So, damn, you got fired from that, too.
Yeah.
Rock, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm losing everything. My world is crumbling apart. That's why when you texted me, I was very happy to get an opportunity to work. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing the podcast right now, but Jacob and I have talked about stepping back and doing a different project together.
Okay.
So we're gonna work on that. And but I'm also doing. I'm gonna be starting a live sketch show.
Okay.
We're gonna be doing that with a bunch of other local Kansas City comedians.
That's cool.
Our first show is next Thursday, the 27th, at the Comedy Club of Kansas City at 7 o'clock.
Put
you guys
it out
want to
there.
come out,
Heck
man.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to be a live sketch show. It's going to be kind of like, like SNL or any live sketch show.
Yeah.
Like, so we've been working hard on that, meeting together, writing a lot. We're going to get together, start rehearsing all the sketches, get these all worked out, and then hopefully it'll be good. And then we're going to film it and put it on YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully do that once a month and see if we can get that going.
All right, here's the opportunity. Cool. We talked about technology.
Yeah.
I need 60 seconds. Give me a plug for that event.
60 seconds?
Right in that camera.
For that event? 60 whole seconds? I'll do it quicker
This is you right here?
At least 60 seconds even.
He's not on kill. He think he's trying to put you in
the spot like kill. I need a timer if you want like 60 seconds even.
But like we can fill in with some intro outro, but like tell us directly where, when, like give us the plug for this event.
All right.
He pretty much did.
All right. Do you want me to do it?
He had some filler in there. I want to be able to post this on our socials.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll put it out there, Brock.
I'll give you a commercial. You want a commercial?
Yeah, show Mark how it's done.
All right.
You don't have to actually time it.
Yeah, let's not kill Tony.
Hi, I'm Brock Bristow. How you doing? Next Thursday, I said January.
You got it again. Go for it.
I started to do January. Okay, let me try again.
We'll edit that part out. Yeah, right.
Cut that. I'm just kidding. Leave it in and clip it.
Heck yeah.
Hi, I'm comedian Brock Bristow. Next Thursday, June 27th, at the Comedy Club of Kansas City at 103rd State Line, me and a bunch of other local Kansas City comedians are going to be doing a live sketch show, and it's going to be the first of many, so be sure to come on out. We're going to be recording it live and throwing it up on YouTube. You're not going to want to miss it. We've been working very hard on all these sketches. Come on out, enjoy a live show, a lot of laughs, drag queens, live performances and sketches. It'll be great. Come on out.
Perfect.
I'm just trying to fill time for the 60
No,
seconds.
that's not bad, man. Now we can make a good clip out of that. We got just you, and we can plug you guys. Don't worry, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that was
There's gonna be
cool.
drag queens there.
There's gonna be a drag queen halftime. That's the halftime performance. Is the drag queen, right in the middle of all the sketches.
Anyway,
They should make a new show about drag queens, but they drag race in cars. I'd watch that.
That would be sick.
Right? Yeah.
Just
Drag
like
race.
the most elegantly dressed women you see walk out, and then they get in these like sick ass badass cars,
Then they race. Yeah.
and then drag race.
Drag race.
That'd be a show.
Right? Yeah. That'd be great.
They
I'd
walk
watch
down
that.
the runway in their dress, and then they like have clothes like more car friendly clothes underneath. They strip down, and then not strip down. They like, they take off the dress to reveal the underneath outfit and hop in the car.
Their
and
race
drag
suits.
race.
Yeah.
Oh,
Drag race.
That'd be a show.
Coming to you live on CBS.
drag race. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to watch that the Joe Coy's last episode or not episode, but special on Netflix?
I have not seen his latest special. No, is it
It's
good?
a must.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a must.
Really? Because he
good.
was in some trouble for a minute. Because he
Over what?
he hosted the Golden Globes earlier this year.
Joe Coy did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
shit
saw
the
that.
bed.
Was he in trouble for that?
Well, he was not necessarily in trouble. He was just getting a lot of shit for it because like he was he just wasn't very good.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
Yeah, he
I
wasn't
heard
very good,
He
and then
wasn't a good host.
He wasn't a good host, and then he started coming after kind of like the writers. He's like, guys, I didn't write any of these, just so you know. Like they told me about this like a couple days ago.
I was
This is
going to
all
say,
new.
I heard
So-
it was like last minute
So he was,
decision too.
so yeah, he was kind of throwing everybody under the bus, like for a bad performance, and
Yeah.
kind of then accepting that it was just a bad performance.
Right.
I don't know what like the criteria in terms of that is like. Yeah, that's true. Like this wasn't my material. Don't get mad at me, or because I'm the one saying it, I have to own up to it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had anyone else write jokes for you?
I mean, like
Have you written for someone else?
Like when you have like a lot of comedian friends, sometimes you'll just throw out jokes and like you help each other like with taglines and stuff. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, again, if you need help, call us. We'll help you out, bro.
But like if you said like if you're watching your friend at an open mic, I mean, it's not uncommon. At least for like the people I hang out with, it wouldn't be uncommon for like one of us to, depending on how like close you are with the comic, to like, hey, I really like that joke. Hey, I don't know if you want to use it, but here's a tagline for it. Just throw it out to them. So like I got taglines I used that like other people had like suggested for me. So,
I don't know how to feel about that. I might get a little mad if I throw and I'm like, hey, why don't you say this? And it ends up being a huge laugh. Like, fuck, I shouldn't have gave him that. That could have been a great joke for me.
Yeah, well, most of the time I do it because it's like, well, it's a tagline off of their joke. If in order for me to use that tagline, I would have to write a very similar joke anyway. So it would just be like me trying to like figure out how I can write the same joke but not steal it. So that's the hard part. So
I think that's almost
it's
impossible.
Like,
I think we've reached that
right.
point in comedy where like almost everything has been said.
yeah, well, yeah, there's a
and-
lot of premises and stuff, but
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna take a tagline that I got from someone else's joke and try to write a similar joke just to use the tag. I'd rather just.
I'm just saying, like, I believe that at a certain point, like, you can create a joke and just not even ironically, just somehow the similarities are just so you didn't know. You could, like, a random comic says this, and then you will say a joke, and then they'll, hey, I said that. Like, dude, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
I had no clue, like, our jokes are so similar.
That happens. It's just it's parallel thinking, basically, is what it's called. But yeah, that happens a lot.
I do that all the time. I'll create a joke, and then I find out someone else does, and go, fuck, I can't be a comedian because everyone already told my jokes.
Yeah, it's
the worst.
frustrating to come up with a joke and to find out like it's already been done. That's why
It was done like 20 years ago.
yeah, that's why it's easiest to like just talk about your life because that's more unique perspective. It's like it's hard to like duplicate a joke when you're talking about shit you've like just done.
Well, like earlier I said, have you like I said I'd remaster a joke. Have you ever done that where you taking a joke and you're like, oh, I can add this to it or make it a little longer or exaggerate? Exaggeration is a big part of comedy, right? Would you say?
Yeah, like I'm not like taking somebody else's joke. And like expanding on it,
or no, your joke.
Oh, like my own joke?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've like you start like with one joke and then like you go and practice it at an open mic and like if it doesn't work, you tweak it.
Yeah,
or,
okay.
like even if it does work, it's like, okay, well, like if you look at it, it's like you think about something else later. It's like, oh, let me try that. That might work better. And if it works better, it's like, oh,
do
cool.
Nowadays, do you use your phone like on your notes?
Yeah, I usually have my phone like to write or to write. No, I usually write out by hand.
Oh, so you still use a...
Yeah, I write out by hand on in a notebook.
Yeah.
I use my phone though on stage. Like I'll use it. I'll have like my set list up and like I'll record the audio like while I'm performing. So it'll like have my set list, and since it's recording audio, it'll have like a timer showing me like how long the audio clip has been running. So then I'll know how long I've been up there. But that's really like all I use my phone for.
So do you think like going back to Kill Tony? They have, oh man, I'm blanking on his name, but he's a comedian and he does well. But all his jokes are written down, and he'll stand there and he'll read all his jokes. Of course, he's another redhead. Jeez, they're just everywhere.
William Montgomery.
William Montgomery, yeah, the great William Montgomery.
Yeah.
He reads his jokes, but the way he says them, the way he delivers them, he yells and he's loud but it's funny. I don't think
I think he reads them, but he still delivers them when he reads them.
Right.
He doesn't just read them, which is why it works. But he's also doing like a new minute every time. So
right.
He's like, and I wouldn't surprise me like if he's like writing it like day of, or like or like like a day before or something. So it's only a minute, and he does it so much.
Right.
And so like it's probably easier to just have it there.
Shit, that probably works for some people. Like versus like you think about it for too long, you write it like sometime on an advance. You're like, you know what? I don't think I like it, and it could have been a killer, but you just didn't fucking know because you're like, overthinking it. Fuck.
Yeah.
Let me ask this: as a comedian, and you did a podcast for a little while.
I still do a podcast.
Being able to like express regularly on a, let's say, hour-long platform, would you recommend doing a podcast to other people or comedians, or?
If you want to do a podcast and have fun with it, go ahead. But also, don't expect everybody to listen, because not everybody cares what you have to say.
Right?
That's fair.
Why do you think I'm not doing a podcast anymore? Nobody cared what I had to say.
Actually, on top
we care about what you had to say. That's why we asked you. That's why I asked you to come in.
On top of
appreciate it.
On top of Brock's credentials here, he's not just a podcaster and comedian. He's actually also now a theater performer.
Outside of high school, I've also done theater now.
Yeah,
I did a play back in May.
How was that?
Well, that rhymed. I just realized.
I thought you were rapping. I thought you were getting ready to freestyle.
You're a poet.
You didn't know it.
How was that play, though?
It was fun. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. It was a very physical comedy. So it was like I got to do comedy. I got to make people laugh like without like words, which was fun.
Okay.
Just by like the things I was doing, which was a cool way to get people to laugh. Which is like I don't really do that as much in my stand-up, like I got like a couple act outs, but for the most part it's just me like speaking. So that was fun to like be able to make people laugh just by doing something.
Yeah, doing something.
So.
Well, see, you already took out the middleman in terms of nerves because you're just performing. Now this is, if anything, this is less nerves because you're just kind of reading what's already wrote versus
this is somebody else's work.
It's somebody, exactly.
Yeah,
and you're just performing it.
That's one thing I told my ex at one point when we were dating. I was doing a show like at the comedy club. I had a guest spot, and I was like, the crowd was like 150 people, and I was like telling her, I was like, I'm nervous. This is the most amount of people I've ever performed in front of. She's like, no, this is about how many people came to watch us in Cinderella.
You're in Cinderella?
You're talking about, in high school, my junior year. I was like, a high school play written by professionals? You mean I wrote this shit, okay? It's different, all right? This is way different than that. I was a background character in something that like professionals wrote and has been performed for like 50, 60 years or some shit.
Were you just the townsfolk in that play?
Yeah, I was some background. I was like a guard. I was like a guard or a soldier or something for like the castle. So I stood in the background.
Nice. Speaking of castle, let's jump into our segment here. Are you guys when you guys were in not middle school but elementary? Do you guys remember recess?
Loved recess.
Oh, favorite time of the day.
Was it, Jose? Did you?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. What do you guys remember doing that was fun? That would take you. I mean, you were looking forward to recess, of course. So to take a break from reading or whatever we did back then. Like I'll take you back to my days. Have you guys ever do hopscotch?
No, we're not.
You're familiar with that though, right? Hopscotch.
Yeah.
You hopscotched?
Yeah, I mean we had that kind of stuff out there.
Feels feminine.
Yeah, it was. But you know what? That's where all the girls were, so that's where I was.
Nice.
Yep. Tag.
Tag was fun.
Tetherball.
Classic.
Tetherball.
No,
we did.
You guys did have the tetherball? Did you have tetherball?
No.
We did.
Are you familiar with that?
I know what it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't have it though.
I never understood it, but it was fun hitting the shit out of that ball.
Yeah.
Just watch
Well,
it
except
fly.
for the kids who cheated when they purposely hit it at a low angle so it
Could go high and nobody else could.
Yeah, the rotation.
The angles. Yeah,
The
all
angles
the
are killer.
angles.
The tall kids,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
Now we play
Who the hell
kickball.
gave this kid a geometry book? He's in the second grade. What the?
Yeah. Other games, leapfrog.
No, it's what?
Yeah. See, these are the old school games, and then we did kickball. Everybody did kickball, I'm sure.
Did you not have like an official like playground ground like slides and monkey bars? Because it sounds like you had to make fun out of nothing.
I was about to say everything he's done listed has been free so far.
Yeah, it's like just
it was on the hard concrete, on the hot concrete.
You had space, but not things.
On our school, we had the grass in front of the school, and then which was where the jungle gym was and the swing set and stuff like that. But then on the playground, on the pavement is where we did all the soccer. We've passed by my elementary school, and I keep pointing out to the houses that I would kick the ball up onto their porch.
And you're back in the days where like they didn't have like now playgrounds have like those shredded up tires that they use for like padding.
Oh,
you had wood chips. You had like
chips,
wood. And it was
rocks.
actual wood.
Sometimes it was gravel.
Yeah.
Um,
you jump off the swings and you got to land in that.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys remember about?
We played a lot of basketball. That's what we did for sure. Okay. And I think back...
and those goals were like 11 foot, 12 foot high.
Yeah, they were tall.
They were high.
And I look back and our playground was like uneven. Like I know for a fact it was uneven and just kind of like we had those really thick like rims, so the ball just bounced off of them.
Yeah. Hey, we played football.
Oh, they're in the grass. Yeah.
There's I think it was a soccer field, but
yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it was a soccer field.
Nah.
But you did have the jungle gym, wasn't there? Like one that was like a dome.
Whole, there's a whole dome.
Wasn't there one like a dome?
Oh, yeah, but
like it was like a dome.
Age out of that after a while.
Oh, really? No.
What the fuck's a fifth grader gonna do on a jungle gym?
Flips. No,
Yes.
there's a certain points where parkour started coming.
Stand up on it, walk
they'd
around.
jump off of it, or they'd hang and
Yeah,
do
I was-
stuff.
I was-
there were like
I was-
3 weird kids that were doing flips.
Hey, motherfucker.
That's it.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you interrupted me because I was about to say, I was one of the kids that like
Doing
my
flips.
thing at like recess. Me and my friends would like climb on everything and like we would play basketball and stuff, but like sometimes we would just climb on like the shit. Just because climbing was fun, like the parkour, like you said, like jump off shit.
I thought you were gonna say, we'd stand over there by the slide and pretend we were smoking cigarettes.
It
No,
wasn't
no,
more
we
than
just,
5 people at a given time, is what I'm saying.
I know what you're talking about.
Just a small group of people.
No, we didn't. I mean,
Okay, so then, so what did you guys do when it was raining or cold?
inside.
What did you? What were the recesses all? What did you do for recess?
Inside.
Inside.
Inside. Like, what did you do though?
I think I remember for elementary is right. Like what we did, we had different kind of like stations, so you kind of like
We had some kids would color, get
blocks,
like
books, computers.
blocks. There's like a coloring station with markers and crayons, all that. And then you got like some board games,
Yeah.
You got a couple kids in the corner. They're nerds, so they're reading a book.
Yeah, they're studying.
Nerds.
You got a couple kids that they're the opposite of nerds. They're fucking morons. So they're sitting at a table and they're catching up on late work.
Or eating marbles.
Eating the crayons. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. So, like, what we used to do is, I guess it just wasn't a recess, but if our classroom was just loud and it was just getting out of hand, the teacher would be like, all right, break, let's take a break, let's play quiet ball. And the way we played quiet ball is the kid would stand in the corner with the ball, and this ball was usually made out of yarn. It was quiet.
Yeah.
And this kid would just play catch with everybody in the room, and whoever dropped it would have to sit down. So then it became, let's see who are the last two standing, And that was a cool game that we used to play. And that's a shout out to Bobby D, because a friend of mine, we used to do that all the time, and it was always he and I, the last ones playing catch until the teacher said, "Okay, everybody, we're done. All right, everybody, let's do it again." And then, okay, now it's area quiet. Now let's get back into the work.
Nice.
That was cool. It was just a smooth transition.
Sounds like fun.
Sometimes we'd all get loud on purpose because we could get ready to play quiet ball.
That's not how the game works.
Yeah, I know, right? And then sometimes they would roll. In my day, they would roll the TV in, the big tube TV. Had the VCR underneath it. And
they did that for the first few years of my.
Yeah, I still remember. I remember like in kindergarten and so on. I remember a few years where it was still there before the projectors really hit the scene.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yep. That was just something I was thinking about the other day, and I was like, man, I wonder, with you youngsters, I know it was different compared to what we did. Shit, we would sometimes throw rocks. That was just our thing.
It just sounded like you were poor. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah.
I can imagine you out there with one of those like stick and hoops that they hit along the side.
Yeah.
Like kick the can. I never played kick.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Like those pioneer kids.
The one Dwight used in the office. Yeah.
They're fucking running alongside.
Some days we'd hit the loop with a stick. Some days we'd throw rocks, and sometimes they'd even give us lunch. So
if we were good,
that was cool.
Good, yeah.
But then after lunch, you would go back out to recess, right? Wasn't that a thing, or was it just lunch?
It was only one recess,
and then you go back to class?
It was just one recess.
One recess?
Mm-hmm.
See, we had two. We had one in the morning and one right before we went home.
Yeah, we had no child left behind, so we had one.
Oh, okay.
We needed that extra time to catch all those other kids up.
Yeah.
Weren't we part of the Obama, like the fitness for a while? When Michelle Obama.
There was the Michelle Obama health thing where she fucked up all the lunches.
I think
made them all healthy.
That would have been like 2010. I don't think you were in elementary school at that point.
Fuck me. It's 2000.
Nope. He went in office in 2008. I don't think it was the first year that should happen.
No. Okay. I just remember it just being.
You just have some memories of something that didn't happen?
Well, I mean, maybe it just happened later than I thought it did. Either way.
I was in first grade when he was running for president, I believe. So I would have been in elementary school when he was president, for sure.
Brock's like 2 years younger than myself, so.
You're old, Jose.
Yeah, I was
running
7
for it?
in 2008.
I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. I don't remember. Anyways.
You don't make policies until you win, Mark.
All righty then.
They were doing some early stuff then.
So, anyway, Jose, our next segment I want to get into, I sent you some pictures. If we can put these up, and then there's if you can read a little. You didn't get the pics? I sent them. Or you can look at them there, but I mean for our viewers to see.
You did not send any.
Mark, didn't I send them?
Yeah, I thought he airdropped some to the computer.
Those are for this.
Yeah, for this segment. So this segment, these are wild animals. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these wild animals, but not him. That bird that we just put up right there. Oh, look at that. That is dope. That is the shoebill. They call it.
Oh man, let's see the full.
Now look at that.
That's a
that
dinosaur.
is actually and it's got prehistoric in it. It's called the shoebill stork. And
way to find the most menacing picture of it.
That's just the way they look. If it's a real bird, if you look at it, they're
So did you want me to read about this?
Yeah, can you real quick and just talk about it?
It says the human-sized African bird that eats baby crocodiles and kills its siblings. Shoebills reach up to 5 feet in height, and they're formidable ambush predators, standing still in swamps before lunging forward to swallow their prey whole with their giant bills.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's actually a video that you can watch.
Crocodiles?
You can watch, and it's cool because Chris and I were talking about this yesterday, Mark. And Harry Potter, in one of the Harry Potter movies, they used this type of bird to create one in Harry Potter. So this one, you particularly, in order to get familiar with it, you have to bow to it. You bow.
Oh, that's
and then you like shake your head no or something like that, and it does the same thing. It follows what you do.
Wait, so they use this bird to mimic like for the scene?
Yeah,
it's a hippogriff.
Yes, there you go. You familiar with the hippogriff?
Yeah.
What you know about that hippogriff?
Yeah.
Weird stretch we're getting from.
Yeah. No, I'm just telling you that's where
you're meaning you're just
the
saying
mannerisms is what they use for
Right.
that. Okay.
Yeah, but and if you look at the bird that they used in Harry Potter, it kind of looks. You're not going to really see much by this pic here, but if you were to watch the video, it's almost you could tell that they use
This thing looks like it'll eat you.
It can.
I don't think bowing to it is going to
take
help.
your face off in two pecks.
Is that actual size compared to Mark and you?
Well,
it could be.
If it's 5 feet.
Yeah, they're about 5 foot, so it's
It's only 4 inches shorter than Mark.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm 6'2".
Okay.
So it's yeah. So I really thought I looked that up. I saw it in there's actually a video of some guys in I think it was Uganda or
Uganda.
Uganda. What did I say?
Nuganda?
Oh no, that's the new spot.
So the old one.
Yeah.
All right.
So this here is called the puss caterpillar.
You said this is in Old Gonda?
Not this one. That bird from Harry Potter.
Oh, that was from Old Gonda. Oh.
From the old Gonda. This was probably from New Gonda.
Puss caterpillar.
Yeah, the puss caterpillar.
It sounds delicious.
This thing can actually f somebody up if it stings you.
Poison or like?
Yeah, it is very poisonous. Yeah.
That puss will ruin your life. I tell you. That puss caterpillar. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Should probably say the full name.
So this one says, despite its innocently furry appearance, the puss caterpillar's sting is brutal. The puss caterpillar bears a striking resemblance to cousin it from the Addams family.
Right. Yeah.
A fuzzy little bug
I
that
thought
no
it
one
looked
can help
familiar.
but want to touch. However, beneath its hairy surface are poisonous barbs that pack a powerful sting which can result in days and even weeks of pain.
Like herpes.
Or
Yeah.
like a hairpiece.
No, that's not what I said.
Did you say hairpiece?
I said herpes.
Yes.
Oh, herpes.
Yes.
Because of herpes.
We'll go with that option.
Chlamydia.
Or COVID.
COVID, not even. Well,
No,
I did
no,
almost die.
So then, earlier you pulled up him.
No, Lorax. Yeah, that one makes more
So-
sense. Like one strand of the mustache.
That's the first thing. So the first time I saw that caterpillar, I was like, "Oh my god, it looks just like that."
The Lorax.
The Lorax. You know, I've never seen this. You guys ever watch this?
Well,
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Okay, it's a matter of. It shouldn't be a matter of whether or not you've seen it. It's if you've read it.
Oh, it's a book.
I've done both.
I know I haven't read it.
Well, actually, there's 3 interpretations. There's the book, there's the cartoon, and then there's the movie cartoon that they made like with Zac Efron like some years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the cartoon then, I guess.
Is
I
this
didn't know that was a thing.
Is this a
Voiced by Danny DeVito.
really?
Shout out to him.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah, but the cartoon one was the Dr.
Has
Seuss.
this? Okay, it's based off of Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, it's Dr. Seuss.
I don't remember it.
Pretty sure it's Dr. Seuss.
No, I'm
Yeah.
sure it is, but I don't remember it.
Yeah,
I need to
speak
watch
for the trees.
Who?
I speak for the trees.
Oh, okay.
It's his whole thing. He's like.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. That's
Oh, okay. Very interesting.
Is that all the animals?
That's all I had.
You only had 2 animals?
Yes.
2 animals and a Lorax?
Because if I only had, well, the Lorax was part of the caterpillar. He had 2 caterpillars on his face. Yeah. No?
No.
Yes, he did.
Boo.
And here I got them.
You couldn't. Anyways.
You come up with some crazy animals.
Okay. The mantis shrimp. The most powerful.
What?
I'm ready for your description. Go for it.
I'm not familiar with it. Did you have it for Chinese?
No, it has the most powerful
Parents?
force in the animal kingdom, like force per
Gump?
square inch or something. Something about it, like it can break a bone, like its punch, its little claw punch. I can't think of the exact, but it's like the most powerful like force, like Nuna force in the animal kingdom. Like it can break bones. Like it's so fast it heats up the water around it. It's like it literally creates like the same heat of the sun. Apparently, it's crazy.
I'd love to see like a visual of like a shark in a school of like shrimp, and it's just a bunch of shrimp swimming around the shark going. Bah, bah.
Yeah.
Like they'll fuck up a shark.
It's just like a group of shrimp just boxing a shark, dude.
I can show
Bobbing and weaving with
I
a
can show you a
shark.
scene from the movie Shark Tale where that happened.
Oh, they did.
Oh yeah,
They did that.
Didn't the shrimp get scared and?
Well, they did at the beginning, yeah, but then they all came back for revenge.
I don't remember the revenge part.
Yeah.
I remember Martin Scorsese being the voice of one of the fish.
All right, guys.
And Will Smith.
A mantis shrimp coming on screen.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's dope.
Hold on.
The colors are cool.
Fit it.
He looks like a cartoon character.
It looks like it would throw hands with you.
Yeah. Where's his eyes though?
Those are its eyes.
Which ones?
The two things on top.
Things that look like ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen, that's a good example.
He does look like ibuprofen. Anyway, that's pretty cool. Can you eat those?
I'm pretty sure,
If
but I mean,
bowl shit
You
out
don't
of
get
them.
knocked out first.
yeah, you got to be able to catch it. Yeah.
Oh man.
You got to take its undefeated title, world champion title in the octagon before you can eat it.
It will. Like it will break. Like you try to touch it and it'll break your hand just because it's force. Like,
How big are they? How big
they're-
did you say they were?
Kind of sizable, like a softball. I think they're like okay,
They
shit.
do not
like-
look softball sized.
No, they can be pretty big. It's pretty big. I'm pretty sure it's pretty big. Anyways,
That's cool. Interesting. Zay, you have any animals? Any?
No,
Can you
not
think of
anything
any?
weird.
No.
anything weird?
All right. Interesting. Speaking of weird, let's get into the top 10 G's of all time. Of course, G's. I'm talking gingers. So, are you familiar with Gilligan's Island?
Like I know I've heard of it, but like I never watched it.
Okay, so back in the day when we used to watch Gilligan's, it was in black and white.
So
right?
now I'm like, who was Ginger?
So that was the thing. There was a female on there. There was three
the actress?
females.
Was she
There
the
was-
actress?
Yes. The Hollywood one, right?
Yeah.
There was the three females.
Mm-hmm.
You had Mrs. Howell, the millionaire, and then you had Mary Ann, the girl from Kansas, the farm girl.
Yep.
And then you had
the wife,
the beautiful actress, and her name was Ginger, right? For the longest time, I did not know why. I mean, I thought it was just a name, right? And then
Why they call her
then
brunette?
later on, why did they what?
Why they call her brunette?
I don't know. It looked gray. Just why. But anyway, later on, when they started to add color to this,
Did that throw everybody off? Like,
yes,
whoa.
and she was. Well, it threw me off. I mean, because like I said, I was young. I didn't know what they used the word ginger for. And then her hair was red. It made a lot of sense.
I like how you.
You see how I put that right in?
I like how you like lowered your voice and said ginger, like you were slipping a slur in there.
It's starting to become an offensive term.
I appreciate the respect you put on that.
Yeah, she was a ginger.
The gingers.
Then we found out we didn't know. We thought it was,
Yeah.
It turns out she was a ginger.
So anyway, yeah. So I have a top 10 gingers. Let's see if we can name these. And you tell me if you agree or disagree. Number 10, they have Prince Harry.
Prince Harry. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you were number 11.
Yeah.
Brock. You
Oh,
did
You
just
just
number
missed
11.
it, Rock. You
Yeah.
just
Just
Brock-
missed the cutoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brock.
Prince-
It says
Yeah.
Brock the Cock here at number 11.
Prince Harry
Prince
and
Harry, number
Meghan
10.
Mackerel.
She's not red.
Well, I'm just saying them together.
She's hot though. I barely learned that she was on
Suits.
Suits.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was her.
I
Yeah,
don't
did you know
care.
how that was?
Yeah, and you're just grossly mispronouncing Markle.
I knew what I was doing.
What'd you call her? Markwell?
Mackerel.
Markel.
Mackerel.
Anyway, I got it.
Prince Harry, huh?
Rupert Grint.
Rupert.
Yeah,
Grint?
Harry
Yeah.
Potter. He's Ron
Ron.
Weasley. Ron Weasley.
I was about to say he's not Harry Potter, dipshit. It's
I
ginger.
know.
No, bro.
Rupert Grint. That's a hell of a
Shout
name.
out to him,
You
yeah.
thought-
Yeah,
you thought Brock was good. Rupert.
Rupert.
He was also good
number
in another
number
movie.
8. They have Puss in Boots.
That doesn't count. That doesn't
I know,
count.
right? That's what this.
No, oh, wait, if
this
that's-
is via echoline.com.
If that's in the category, don't tell me that Garfield is up there. Because if you're telling me
Probably
Puss in
number
Boots
2.
is better than Garfield, then I'm
No.
going to be a little upset.
Well, then we're gonna have to skip a number.
Okay, yeah, see, this, I don't think
that
those
would
two
mean
count.
Garfield is higher.
Wait, so
Okay.
this is
Oh,
according
okay.
to a website? This isn't
Yeah,
your
yeah.
personal? I thought this was your personal list.
No. This is website. That's why I say your name's on
The
here. which is-
website put you at 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Redheads is one of my favorite categories.
I'm gonna judge this list differently, knowing
Yeah,
it's
okay.
some random internet site. Now.
All right, at number 7 they had Brian Scalabrine. Am I saying that right? Scalabrine?
Scala Brian?
Scalabrine. I don't know. I
don't-
can't remember who that is. Do you?
No.
Ryan Scala Brian?
Brian
What kind of name is Brian?
Scalabri. I know he's an actor. Brian?
He was on the Boston Celtics.
Ah, he played for the Celtics. So then that should have been, what's his name just passed here recently?
Oh.
There's a YouTube
Walton.
video called "How Bad Was Brian Scalabrine Actually?"
I guess he
Bill
wasn't
Walton.
as...
Damn, and he
Bill
beat
Walton.
Puss in Boots out.
I know, and he wasn't even that good.
First thing you Google is his top 10 terrible moves.
Is he old? Is he old? Like part of like the
Ooh.
team? Was he old? Do we know? Like
Yeah. He's an older gentleman.
His
He's still alive,
career,
right?
his career stats are 3.1 points a game,
It's more than me.
0.8 assists,
Point.
39% on his field goals, 34% on his threes.
that's really.
So 0.8 assists, is that less than 1?
Yeah,
How is that?
per game.
Oh, per game.
Average, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like you were trying to pass the ball,
He
but
gets
it got
one
like
It gets
knocked out,
deflected.
and it still gets to the guy. Yeah.
He gets one like every like 20 games, so it'll average
Like if he
out.
tries to cross
I
court
don't
it
think he
and it hits a
attempts
guy in the
very
head
often.
and then it ricochets and the other guy and his teammate catches it, that's a point.
Yeah, I guess.
That's weird.
What was the next one?
Number 6, we got David Bowie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep, that's a good note.
He had a song named China Girl. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, that's fine. You don't need to do it.
Yeah. That
I
was a
love
cool
how
song,
Brock's
too.
Like, yeah, that's a ginger. Like, yeah, you named one.
How about Shaun White at number 5?
I was wondering if you're
He's
gonna
a
say
good
Shaun
one.
White. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good representation for us. He's a good athlete.
Multiple-time world
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
At skateboarding, right?
Snowboarding.
Snowboarding, yeah.
Snowboarding. Mm-hmm.
Put some
Was-
respect on his name.
Okay, sorry, fuck.
Winter
Was he-
Olympics, man.
Winter, okay, I was going to ask. Yeah, he did the Winter
Yep.
Olympics.
No,
Went
he's-
the summer.
Yeah, he snowboarded in the summer.
He did?
No.
How about, did he
dunes,
surf?
man. He can do down the dunes. I bet he could translate. You think?
You think a
Maybe.
good surfer can do snow and...
Well, Shaun
Balance.
White, he does snowboarding and skateboarding because I mean it's both balanced. So I'm sure he'd be able to like pick up surfing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like skaters could be able to pick up either because it's the
It's
same
balanced,
Thing,
it's
just
balanced.
Probably
all
does
that.
some surfing, but
Yeah.
not like competing.
Nah.
The hardest part about surfing would probably be figuring out how to like stand up first. And then once you figure that part out as like a skater or a snowboarder, I'm sure it's easy to pick up the balance part.
Yeah.
Number.
Yeah,
Three?
so no. Oh, yeah. So number 4, they have Elmo.
What the fuck?
Well, hey, wait a minute. I don't know about that one. That's not. What the fuck?
I know. I mean,
That'd be like in the same category saying
He
like
literally
Clifford.
had a redhead.
That's like saying Clifford is the technical
Right.
redhead.
No.
no, not Clifford.
What the fuck?
Sorry, dude. I didn't write this.
Is Elmo an animal?
He's a creature.
Do you want to go with your? Is that your wild animal?
Yes, actually.
Is he an animal?
No, he's a Red Grover.
But he's not Bert and Ernie, which
No,
are humans.
it's Ernie and Bert.
Wait.
Yes.
Bert and Ernie are
Ernie-
humans.
They're classified as human?
I think they're just
They
all
have
Muppets.
eyebrows. They have hair. They're not a bird.
Yeah, but
And they have human features. I don't know why they wouldn't be
Elmo
humans.
wasn't a. Wait, what the fuck? Ernie and Bert and Ernie, whatever you want to call them, they weren't animals.
They're definitely
They were
humans.
supposed to be human,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, puppets, but still humans.
Okay, so then Elmo was a redhead. He was a ginger.
That's an interesting thought. I think they're
He's a red body.
I think they're technically monsters because Cookie Monster, he's a monster. So I think
Yeah.
they're monsters.
I can see that.
Grover, Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
No,
No,
Miss-
she's a pig, not a monster.
Yeah, you're right.
But see, if her being an animal and Big Bird being a bird, you'd almost think that they're animals of some sort.
But they talk, so they're still monsters.
I guess so. Yeah.
All monsters talk.
I would. So does Big Bird. I don't know.
Big Bird's a monster for sure.
He's a
Yeah.
big ass
It's
bird.
the biggest bird I've ever seen. He's
Yes,
clearly a monster.
Next to the
Snuffleupagus.
shoebill stork that we just saw.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 3, they have Ice Spice.
Oh my god, that doesn't.
Does she have red hair naturally, or did she just
I have no
dye
idea.
her
No,
hair
I
red?
don't know.
You know, honestly, when I first heard about her, I didn't know nothing about Ice Spice, but she was here at Arrowhead with
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. They're like buddies.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I asked someone, I said, was she one of the Spice Girls? I seriously did, and I did not know that she was, because there was Sporty Spice and
and Old Spice,
and Cook with Spice, and Ice Spice. I don't know. I thought
Sugar and Spice,
and something.
She is
nice.
a natural black-haired person.
Oh.
Yeah, so then that doesn't.
That
so how does
doesn't
she
count.
beat out all these other redheads for one of the best gingers? Are you kidding me?
I know.
Like, she beat out Elmo.
Hey, you know I was a blonde when I marked.
Yeah,
Really?
he was blonde.
I went blonde.
He
Cool.
around the same time Slim Shady was popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right around
And
that time.
so number one.
Hold on. Number 2, we have Queen Elizabeth,
Okay, I'll take a queen.
the first one.
Yeah, I've seen
I
portraits of red hair. So.
I'll take a queen in the mix.
And number 1, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Right?
He's got awkward tattoos, though.
Yeah, but he's got good music, so.
Yeah, the music outweighs it, but he's just got like weirdly placed, super colorful, like colors clash all the time.
I don't even think I knew he tattoos.
I've never
He's
really
covered
looked at
in
his
tattoos.
tattoos.
He
I don't
is?
know.
covered in them.
I did not
I didn't
know
know
that.
that.
In the movie, is he? Speaking of the
Yesterday?
movie. Yes, which is our topic number 5. So this leads right into the movie Yesterday. Have you ever seen the movie Yesterday?
You know, there were several times where I've almost watched it and then did something else, but
Jeez, gotta
So,
give it a
What
chance, Brock.
what was so important that you didn't just sit down and watch it yesterday?
I don't know.
I know.
forget what I was
Jose, have
doing.
you seen the movie Yesterday?
I don't even.
It
know what
looks
you're
like a
talking
good
about.
movie.
Well, the guy that stars in it looks like you. We will put. Can we put
Yeah.
that picture up? Yeah. Right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna be an Indian dude.
Yeah. His name is.
you.
How'd you guess?
His name is
These
Himish
fucks.
Himish Patel. Can you put him up on the board? Himesh, or just look up the movie Yesterday.
I'll give you a little synopsis, though, Jose, while you're looking up.
And he's actually pretty good. He's a good singer.
I've been holding this for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you can
go ahead.
ahead.
No, you're good.
So the little synopsis, Jose, is
It does not.
put him up.
Wait.
Honestly, this probably looks more like Mark than me.
Okay, wait. Should we just wait for Brock?
Yeah, we'll wait for him a second. But anyways,
Yeah.
synopsis being,
Go
so
ahead.
if I remember correctly, he was in an accident, right? Or did he just wake up?
Yes. So I'll explain a little bit. I'll try not to spoil. I'm gonna spoil the shit out of this movie.
That looks like Mark more than anything.
He does. I guess in this one he does because he's got the beard. Yeah, he does.
That picture's a little different than what he is in the
Yeah,
movie.
but I mean, if you could find a picture of him from the movie, though.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Is this really what our viewers want to see?
Yes, they do want to see it because they want to know.
Our lookalikes, man. Our celebrity lookalikes.
Yes, right. Did they really want to see that I look like George Lopez?
Oh, you do.
Yeah, exactly.
They did.
Yeah.
Oscar De La Hoya. Come on, really? I actually look more like Bob Rodriguez.
How was he not on the list?
Bob Rodriguez?
No.
Ed Sheeran?
No.
He was number one.
Oscar. Or,
Oscar De La Hoya?
Yeah.
As a redhead?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Oscar De La Hoya. I'm thinking of...
You're thinking of Canelo.
yeah, I don't know why I thought Oscar.
Yeah. Because he's Mexican.
Guys, he looks the same in all these fucking photos.
Whatever.
Whatever. You just don't want to pull it.
Yeah, I know.
up.
You're just no fun.
Him and his beard look more like Mark than me.
Well, I guess, yeah.
In the movie, he's got a very slender frame in the movie, and
he wasn't looking all serious and his hair all fucked up, crazy, like the picture you pulled up.
just.
But anyway,
Anyways,
yeah. So in this movie, yeah. So Zay, do you have any interest in seeing it?
I don't even know what it's about.
Okay, so are you familiar?
Why would I have an interest?
Are you familiar with the Beatles?
Sure.
Of course, everybody knows the Beatles. Brock, Beatles, right? You know the Beatles?
Yeah, cool bug.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Blue Beetle.
Yeah, it's a. Oh, you talking about the vehicle? Oh, or the actual black. Anyway, so in this movie, he is an up and coming musician, right? And he has a couple people, and he does kind of like you do in the comedy world. You know, he does stand on. He does a stage thing and try to get the crowd.
Open mics.
It's just open mics, yeah, stuff like that. So, but he's really actually pretty good, and he can play the guitar. But he does not have a fan base, so they're working with it. Anyway, one day he's riding on a bike, and he gets hit by a bus. Or a vehicle just smacks him, throws him off,
Spoiler
knocks him
alert?
off. Spoiler alert. Yeah, it's not 2019, so if you didn't watch it, then go watch it. Anyway, put your headphones back on, Brock. Don't try to stay out of this. And so he gets hit by this vehicle. He knocks out, the power goes out around the world. The whole world. Power goes out. 12 seconds. Everything comes back on. Everybody's like, oh, okay, everything's back to normal. He wakes up, from being from the hospital, everything's cool. For his birthday, his manager gives him a guitar. He starts playing, and they ask, can you play a song for us? He says, okay. He starts playing. He sings the song Yesterday by Paul McCartney. They thought it was the coolest song, and they're like, wow, when did you write this? I didn't write the song. Paul McCartney did. Who's Paul McCartney? So then from there, it turned into nobody knows the Beatles. So he's freaking out. He goes online. He's looking. Every time he puts in the Beatles, black bugs. Yeah. He puts in Paul McCartney, and then another Paul shows up. Just different Pauls. John, the Pope pops up, right?
The whole point is, in this world, the Beatles do not exist.
Right after that.
Just the Beatles, though?
Just the Beatles. The Rolling Stones, everybody still existed. So then he's like, okay, well, then he starts playing this music, and they're like, wow, the Beatles music. And everybody's like, man, that's some cool shit. So he runs with it and uses all their songs and becomes this popular person. That's when Ed Sheeran comes in and says, dude, I would like for you to open for me. Eventually, he starts to close, and Ed Sheeran becomes the opener. It's a cool movie. And so there's a song called Hey Jude, and so Ed Sheeran's like, why are you singing about Jude? Let's make it modern. Call it Hey Dude. So then that became a little thing, and they're like, yeah. And so, hey, dude, it just didn't sound right, but he went with it. So, okay, if this is going to work, I'll do it. Anyway, long story short, somebody comes in, a couple comes in and calls them out and said, we know what you're doing. And they were the only 3 people, I guess, in the world that knew about the Beatles. But they told him, continue what you're doing because you make it sound good. Nobody knows about John, Paul, Ringo.
Yeah, what the fuck else were they gonna?
Right, exactly. But just the
no
fact
one else
that
will believe them.
but just the fact that they knew. I thought they were gonna say, you know what? However much you got to pay us before we rat you out. But you can't rat somebody out because there's no proof.
No one's gonna believe them.
Right.
Exactly. So that's why they say, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, young fella. It's a great movie.
Do you tell them the twist ending? Or it's not really a twist ending, just a cool ending.
So, yeah. That'd be the spoiler. Fuck it, I'm gonna give it away. Anyway, so at the very end, that couple says, here, they give him a piece of paper and said, here, you need to go find this person. He goes, drives out, I don't know where the hell he drives to, finds John Lennon. John Lennon is still alive.
Since the Beatles were never a group in this world, he was never killed.
And that scene was so cool because this guy looked just like John Lennon, older, and he was an artist. He wasn't even a singer. So he just had to sit and talk with them. He's like, man, can I get a hug? Like, sure. Why? Why are you here? Anyway.
I don't think I'm going to watch this movie, guys.
Why? You know what?
Because Jose doesn't like when we talk movies because we give bad
here's what we're going to do.
And then it ruins.
I want you to watch it. And then our next episode, I want you to come in and say, you guys left out the whole fucking meaning of the song. And, that's what you'll do. I want you to watch it, Jose. Watch it for me.
You gave away all the twists.
Okay. But it doesn't make... Brock's going to watch it as he fucking yawns over there.
I just don't know why he needed permission from anybody to do it. If
He didn't.
He rolled with it.
Like I said, he just rolled with it.
It sounds like it was a pivotal point in that story, though, that when they said, keep doing what you're doing, he was like, I'm going to kill it. Thanks, guys.
No, he actually...
you mean he felt guilty
He actually felt guilty, and he told the world, I didn't write these songs. The Beatles did. And they're all like, who?
That sounds stupid as fuck.
Jesus Christ.
You want to hear something funny about that movie?
Yeah, tell me about it.
I read some news article about this couple was suing Amazon because they were like renting the Yesterday movie off like Amazon Prime, and when they watched the trailer, I guess like Ana de Armas was in the trailer, but like she was only in the trailer, like her part was cut out of like the final cut of the movie. So when like they watched the movie and she wasn't in it, they were upset because like she was the only reason we rented this movie. We're gonna sue Amazon now for false advertisement.
Well, when did that happen?
I don't know.
So this movie came out in 2019. So
Probably 2019.
Yeah, probably a year or so after that, maybe.
That's funny.
Whenever it ended up on demand or on Amazon Prime for rent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of on demand, so I didn't realize, because Chris was telling me this yesterday, that all these streaming line ways to get movies and whatnot, it was all after COVID?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Was it? Or was it before COVID?
That was before COVID.
So what was before COVID? Netflix was, right?
Netflix was the only thing that was, streaming wise.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Like the big conglomerate ones.
Game of Thrones was the biggest show of all time, and it was streaming on HBO for years.
Yeah, but like the network, not necessarily the app. The app wasn't a thing yet, right?
It was 100% a thing. Hulu was
How
still
am I going
to
to watch all that dragon shit?
Guys, I don't know where your memory is. It is literally
I've never
the
watched Game of
biggest
Thrones.
show
You a Game
in
of
the
Thrones
world.
fan?
I've never really watched it, no.
It's a good show.
You know who's on Game of Thrones?
Ed Sheeran.
Ed
Is
Sheeran.
it really?
Yeah.
He was in one episode.
Yeah, he makes a guest appearance.
yeah.
It's just
Nice.
like just a little
Just
band.
a little guy played a guitar.
Yeah, just like a band in the
Wait,
forest.
a little guy. Was it that, what's his name?
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. That's the little guy.
Anyways.
The platforms definitely blew up, but they were mostly all still around. Maybe not Peacock. Maybe not.
Yeah, definitely not
Tubi.
Disney. Yeah. Disney hit this after, like right before.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. So then that's when pretty much DirecTV and everybody, they all started to shit the bed, right? All the cable services.
Pretty much.
That was in like 2008, man. What is
Fucking-
your time?
you know what? Where's that button at? Let me see.
Where's your
Let me see.
timeline?
The
like?
Jose one?
Yeah, is it?
Damn, I wish Jose was on. I mean, like, he's spitting facts over there.
Yes, he is.
Jeez. Anyway, okay, I didn't know that. I don't keep up with that shit, Jose.
It's your memory. What?
Yeah, it's a
There's
memory
no
thing.
shit to
Not,
keep up with.
not my memory.
Anyways.
All right, we've got to the end. Brock, I appreciate you coming on to the show, brother.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Speaking of, before you leave, how's Jake doing? Have you seen him lately?
I saw him a couple weeks ago. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
doing good. Yeah, we had a lot of fun hanging out.
That's
Good
cool.
guy. Shout out Jacob
Jess,
Moran.
because I think Jess worked with you guys as well. One
Yeah,
time
yeah,
I
yeah.
Jess did.
Yeah. Hung out with her too. Jess is great. She's awesome.
Now, more so though, before we head out, if you have any, besides what we were talking about earlier, that performance coming up, do you have any other comedy shows coming this way?
I got one in at Old Shawnee Pizza in Lenexa
Really?
on the 28th,
Wait,
which is next Friday. Yeah.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, I can't remember what time that is.
All right, we'll give you 60 seconds, Brock, to tell the camera. No, we're just
I didn't.
Could have. We very much
we
could
could
have.
add it right in there. No, that's cool. The Old Shawnee Lenexa, off of 87th Street? Where is it?
Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I don't know the exact address.
Is it like an open mic type thing though, or?
No. It's a show. It's a ticketed show. You gotta buy tickets to be ticketed in. There's gonna be me, and then Shane Menzies is a very funny comedian. He's also gonna be doing the live sketch show with me. He's gonna be opening, and then very funny comedian Janelle Banks, hilarious Kansas City comedian. She's gonna be headlining that one.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's a 3-person show.
Oh.
So yeah, it'll be fun. Good time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we end, real quick, again, anybody that's going to need some fireworks, please go down to the Strawberry Hill and hit Big Daddy's Fireworks. He will start selling his fireworks on June 29th all the way to July 4th. So again, just mention that you saw us, you saw this ad on the Big Modcast, and he should give you, 15% or so. And like I said earlier, depending on how he feels, could be more than that. Yeah, because he's a firecracker himself. But, that'll be fun. So, Brock, you need to make your way down there if you want to buy some fireworks.
Sounds good, man.
But again, we are giving away The Godfather.
Oh yeah.
So
Gotta keep my eye out for that.
Yeah.
For the trivia.
Yeah, we'll have the little trivia. Like, is it right, Jose? The trivia?
Yep,
and
5 questions. You got to get them all right. And then the people that do, we will do a raffle on the day that we're down at Big Daddy's Fireworks on July 2nd. And we'll pick our winner and reach out.
Big Ma, Big Daddies, Big Fireworks.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Thanks, Rock. I like that.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much. Sweet. Well, everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Big Modcast. Until next week, adios.
She's been riding